G'day fellas, and welcome to Mega Random FFA. Today we've got ourselves an absolutely wild map. Of course, it's just going to be your standard Mega Random, but have a look at this. We got ourselves a nice little pond down here. Let's get slowly through the map because the players are putting their town centers down. This, of course, is another game from War of Lords. It's a Vietnamese-hosted FFA tournament, so there's quite a few Vietnamese members of the community that are going to be in these games. So we won't recognize everybody in here, but I'm sure you will recognize a couple of big names. So we'll start off in the northern position. I mean, who's the most north here? It's have we got someone in the center of the map? I think this might be Oppa Xodi. Let's go with that. Who is going to be in the northernmost position? No, maybe it could be Chobo over here. Anyway, let's start at 9 o'clock. Spawning in the 9 o'clock position in the color blue, playing as the Japanese. We've got Anatand. Just above him to the north in the color teal, playing as the Rus. We've got Mizuyumi. Down a little bit below them in the color red. Where are those villas? It's a bit hard to see those villages. In the color red, playing as Joan of Arc. We've got Miyomeka. Just north of Miyomeka in the color orange, playing as the Japanese as well. It's Core. Just above Core in the color pink, playing as the Abbasid dynasty. It is the one, it is the only, the Wallalol god himself, Corvinus I, aka Salami. We'll be keeping an eye on him, that is for sure. But unfortunately, to his north, he has got competition. The Holy Roman Empire, one of the best civs at the moment, definitely one of the best FFA civs, in my opinion. It's going to be in the color yellow, playing as the Holy Roman Empire, Oppa. We're just going to go with Oppa. I like it. Now, I don't think this is Wham. He does play under the name Oppa, but I think this is a different person. So I think this might be a Vietnamese person. And over to the east side, in the color purple, playing as the Malians, we've got Chobo. And finally, in the color green, also playing as the Malians, we've got our Chinese friend. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mega Random. It is a pleasure to have your company. If you haven't already, please leave a like on the video. Go grab yourself something to drink. Put your legs up. Get ready to relax because we've got ourselves a nice little FFA game right here. I absolutely love FFAs. Season 8 is alive. It is cooking. And I'm kind of curious to see where the civilizations currently sit when it comes to power. I would suspect Holy Roman Empire is at the top of the chain, the food chain by far. That's only because in 1v1, they're considered by many to be the best civ, and they were already very good when it came to FFA, but now on top of it, you've got like, you know, a civilization that's got recent buffs. It's starting to look very scary in FFA. So we're going to be keeping an eye here on Oppa. So normally what we would expect to see, so this is a beautiful little start because he's got the prelate here, which he can position between the deer and between the gold. And technically you can also put your Archon Chapel here, which hits 1, 2, 3. I mean, ideally you'd probably want your Archon over here maybe, just so you get the wood line as well. Because wood is pretty important, but expect to see a very fast castle. Expect to see relics getting picked up quickly. And he's got a few relics around him. Have a look at this. At least 3 relics, which is more than enough. You know, if you're doing 3 relics as the Holy Roman Empire, ideally you'd want more, but you can do it on 3. And then hopefully we see a keep down, and then Imperial Age, and then he kills everybody with knights. That's how I'm going to be. Or he could do men at arms. I guess that's the other option. But the elephant in the room right now, it's going to be Corvinus I. Have a look at this. He's already on the water. He's not the only one, though. Core is also going to be out on the water as well. And this is something that you've got to be so damn careful of. And I kind of feel a little bit bad for players like Anatand because he's spawned. If we take a look at his position and take a look at his line of sight, he has got no idea that there's water on this map. Now, he knows that it's Mega Random, but he's got no idea that there is water on this map, and especially no idea where that water is. He never had a chance to take the water. And compare that to, say, compare that to Core, who has put his town center down in this position, and you can see that it looks like he's had multiple villages that have started on the water. And so it's really one of those things where it just kind of feels bad. You know what I'm thinking? There's got to be a way to make it. We might have to do like a custom map for Outback Octagon 3, where on Mega Random, it doesn't show you the layout of the map, but it shows you where the water is. What do you think about that? How would that go down for you? So you would be able to see where the ponds are, you'd be able to see where the rivers are, you'd be able to see where the lakes are, and of course, you'd be able to see where the oceans are. It doesn't really give you a whole lot of information about players. Obviously, you can determine where people are going to go based on where there's land or where there's not water, is probably the better way to say it. But it means that players like Anatan can say, okay, you know what? I know that there is water over here. I'm going to just go send a Vil. I'm going to go contest that. Because one of the things that can happen, and we've seen it before, we saw it in a previous FFA game we casted, no spoilers, that if you are left alone and have control of the water, you can very easily turn that into a domination. The question becomes about how you spend that food that you're getting. You can obviously trade as well. That's another option for you, but it's normally a little bit weaker when you've got spawns like this. If you've got like a full map water, definitely there is the potential for it to work. But I think generally, it's food that you've got to be focusing on. So from the perspective of Corvinus, like what are the big ticket items for food for him? Spears, horsemen, those are going to be really big ticket items. Knights, camel, I think the camel rider or the camel archer is like 120 food. I'd have to double check it, but I think it's a pretty big, a significant amount of food. So that would be another big ticket item for him. When it comes to core, he can obviously go into the samurai or the mounted samurai as well. A little bit harder to go into the mounted samurai, but I'm a big fan of it. I think especially coupled with water, you just become a powerhouse of a civilization. But the age ups are going to start coming through. We'll ride on board over on the west side of the map with Anatan. He's obviously got a land-only start here, has scouted out his nearest neighbor. It's going to be Mizuyumi, who throws down the Kremlin. Nice little defensive spot here, going to be blocking out the back. First age up does go over to Oppa with that Arkan Chapel. Immediately after, though, we do see Anatan follows him up. Meanwhile, we've got... This is a curious... Okay, this is a very curious landmark, and you can see that Anatan's already spotting this out. Mio Maker is kind of like... what's the plan here? Cancels the landmark because he got blocked. I love this kind of... You know, it's such a smart move from Anatan because Anatan wants to focus on one player, right? Like, he's thinking to himself, okay, just give me 10 minutes, give me 15 minutes with Mizuyumi, and I'll take him out, and then I'm ready to fight you, Mio Maker. I don't want another person to be fighting with me while I'm dealing with that. And by the same token, Mio Maker, how much does Mio Maker know? Let's have a look and see. Yeah, Mio Maker does technically know, or should technically know about these town centers. So, ideally... In Mio Maker's position, the best thing to do is not make enemies with anybody. Go 2 TCs, go Castle Age, and build up a nice knight number. That's essentially where you should be thinking from that Mio Maker perspective. But have a look at this! Oh, it's huge damage early on. The Shinobi has managed to come through. Anatan putting the pressure on immediately to Mio Maker. Mio Maker's going to have to fall back towards the town center. No access to those deer. You can see there's plenty of food on them. Did also pick up survival techniques. You hate to see it. That Vil going down. Second one probably going to be going down here as well. He's got the Shunshin coming up in just a second. Never mind. Won't even need it. And then, of course, coming back here, you can see Joan of Arc was trying to get aggressive, but wow. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Beautifully played by Anatan there. Just knows exactly where to focus. Age up now starting to come through as well for core. It's going to be the Coca Township. Could look to put pressure on Corvinus on the water. I think this is probably a smart move. But at the same time, maybe it's better that you just kind of leave it. I know that there's different schools of thought about FFA and water and about the way that you treat it as an individual. Do you allow other players on the water with the sort of the gentleman's agreement that they are going to allow you to do the same thing? And that's generally what you kind of hope for, right? Like, you want to leverage that water economy without having to invest in defending it. That's the general idea, and I think a lot of players will come to that sort of consensus. And there's no question right now that Corvinus will know that core is on water, or at least he should know that core is on water. He hasn't actually scouted it. Let's have a look and see. Does core know? I think core knows. Well, actually, I mean, he's got the wall coming down here. But I wonder if that wall will actually go up. I'm curious now if he's actually seen this. Interesting decision to put the dock down here, and I think this is very intentional. Wants to keep this away from the enemy's vision. So pretty smart move. Age up still coming through. That's going to be everybody now aging up. Castle Age on the way, though, for our Holy Roman Empire player. Have a look how quick this is. Oppa is going all the way up to Castle Age. Relics are going to be picked up very, very shortly. Still got the prelate inside the Arkan. So definitely ahead of schedule. Scout moving towards the north. How many has he spotted so far? So 1, 2, 3. He hasn't spotted this one. He spotted this one over here. So he spotted 1, 2, 3. Hasn't spotted this one, which is the 4th one. Has he spotted over here? Hasn't spotted over here. So I think he's only spotted the 3 for the moment. And this one's going to be tough to get. So good luck to the man. That's where I'd probably have my prelate just sitting in the beginning. But it sounds like Joan of Arc has gone down to the enemy Shinobi early on in this game. Farm's going to start coming up for Mio Maker. Now, keep in mind, all these players are very good, right? We're talking Conqueror 3 for every single one of these players. Very, very talented players. Have a look at this. Core going to be rushing the floating gate. Has the relic in base as well, and a sacred site, in fact, so could look to generate quite a nice bit of passive gold early on in this game. First relic on the way back through, though, for Oppa. We'll be second relic on the way back for Oppa already. We've got that scout moving towards the north. How many relics in total? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9. Have a look at this. Nice little cluster down towards the south side. There is absolutely no one down here either, which is kind of wild, especially considering how many resources are down here. This is absolutely amazing. Can you imagine playing like the Chinese or something and just getting a spawn down here? Can you even get... Yeah, you can technically get over here, but gosh, actually... Yeah, I think you might have to walk this way. I think it's completely blocked off here. Dude, this is like the Wonder... Wet Dream. The Wonder Wet Dream. I'm going to call it the Wonder Wet Dream. I think your best play is probably just to drop over here. Sacred Site was being taken. We can see Core slowly pushing back the Prelate. Oh, where is the... Hold on. He's deposited the Yorishiro, but he's going to be able to pick up the relic. He's got the Shinobi here. He's going to try. Shinobi falls back. Scout right on the edge. Okay, so he's fine. So that relic is going to be denied. Fourth relic towards this top side coming through. He could also be moving up towards this position. So Oppa's in a great spot. So one of the really important things here for Oppa right now, he has to get a keep down. You must get a keep down in this position. So generally the idea is you want to keep right next to the town center. So immediately here, you could even delete this mill and then put the keep in. That's actually a much better spot. And that's really, really, really important. You have to get that keep in. It is mandatory before you go Imperial Age. You need something to defend yourself because if the enemy does look to attack you, which, you know, at the moment, Corvinus is starting to get that build-up going. He is age 3. You can see that he's got the Camel Riders starting to move up in number. Anatan also going to be aging up. We've got action all over this map right now. I say action. I mean, we've got age-ups all over this map. Now, speaking of drinks, I mentioned earlier, I hope you guys have got your drinks. You want to know what I'm drinking? I'm drinking my son's tropical fruit drink. It's got a straw. It's, you know, in Australia, we've got laws about what you can call juice. Juice has to be like, I think it has to be at least 90% from like original fruits. Whereas like a fruit drink, it's just like, it says 35% fruit juice. It tastes like cordial to me. It's still good. It's still good. It's just a little bit, whoa. Okay. I missed it. We missed the first one. I'm too busy talking about cordial. I don't know exactly what happened here, but obviously the town center wasn't under pressure. I think Mio Maker just kind of gave up and just popped the king out, and that's going to be it. I think that's exactly what's happened. Just simply because we got no warning about that. That was just Mio Maker instantly dying to Core. So Core moving in with just a couple of Mounted Samurai. Mounted Samurai numbers starting to build here. This is looking pretty good. You got to be really, really careful with the Mounted Samurai, especially once they start building up. And not to mention the fact that his economy is booming like crazy. He's got the double dock. He's also looking to pick up the extended line upgrade. Meanwhile, looks like Corvinus is still stacking up. Have a look at this, 4 battering rams. So at this stage, have we got Imperial Age through? There's Imperial Age coming in now. I don't think he's in a position to justify going in. Definitely not in a position. He's got the double sacred site, actually, Core does. Definitely not in a position to go for anything other than Swabia. You have to go Swabia. It's going to be the Swabia, but I am very scared for him. I'm super duper scared for him. Now, technically, Corvinus could go for Core, but just judging by the way that this is playing out and the fact that you've got walls coming up on this side for Corvinus, he doesn't want it. He doesn't want to go for Core. Not right now. It might be that he chooses to go for Core a little bit later in the game, but early on, the way that he's positioning, like, you can see how he's keeping everything on the bottom side of the base. Yeah, he wants to go for Oppa. And I'm very worried for Oppa. So now, hopefully, we start to see cannon emplacements coming through. The other thing to note is that this is a lot of battering rams. Like, this is a crazy amount, but you don't really have to worry about this many battering rams as long as you can kill the units. If you can kill the units, then the Vils can kill the battering rams. That's the general thinking, but oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Core is on the way. Town center back here for Anatan. You can see that Anatan was focused on defending against Mio Maker, but Core just very quickly took advantage of that water power, leveraging it. Meanwhile, towards that north side, keep in mind the king is in the town center. 7,000 health on that bad boy. He could think about going for a bit of a run here. No emplacements. No emplacements. Where are the emplacements? There's no cannon emplacements here. Oppa not following the build order, unfortunately. Meanwhile, back towards that west side, we've got action on multiple fronts here. Mounted Samurai chasing away the Mounted Samurai of Core. He's got plenty more upgrades, though. Meanwhile, the Vils are doing work, but you can just see that because there's no cannon emplacement on outposts, all of these units are just able to kill the Vils, and it makes it so difficult. You can technically rebuild those Vils with the Swabia, but the trouble is the battering rams are just able to get through this. Meanwhile, the town center still under pressure here by Core, looking to try and take out Enatan. Definitely one of the bigger threats, currently sitting at about rank number 6 on the ladder in 1v1. So a very competent player, Mbenaman here, providing a little bit of buff to the stats. King still inside the main town center here for Oppa. We've got multiple players going down. Meanwhile, we've got a third engagement or battle that's starting to rage. There is aggression everywhere, and this is the meta that I remember when I stopped playing FFA. King's going to be out of water. There it is, fish out of water, and that's going to be it. Oppa going to be taken out as our second player this game. Meanwhile, the King back towards his side. We'll right on board with Core because he definitely seems like he's in a good spot here. By the way, have a look at the resources in the bank. The fact that he's got this many fishing boats and he's still only got 100 food in the bank is chef's kiss. His macro is on point here. Meanwhile, looks like we do have the villager that's slowly sieging down the palisade gate here. Where does Corvinus go? Enatan surrenders. He realizes it's over. King gets taken out. Look how many units are here, though. This is where it starts to get really worrisome, right? Because what's the counter to the mounted samurai? I know some people will jump up and down and say it's the spearmen, but it's not. It's really not. You want to know why? Because if I see a lot of spearmen with mounted samurai, I just run away. I just run away from you. That's all I do. So it's not the spearmen. Maybe it's like spear crossbow with a push, but in FFA, mounted samurai is one of the best units that there is. This single unit is able to absolutely take over lobbies, and there is the potential for us to see that right now because we have uncontested water for both of these players in the middle. Neither of them going to be knocking each other out on water. Just happy to just, you know, keep that gentleman's agreement. It almost feels like there's a bit of more of a gentleman's agreement right here. They're not teaming up, that's for sure, but they are definitely not focusing on each other, and you would think that they would be, but you've got to remember from the perspective of Core, right? Do I take out Corvinus, who is immediately adjacent to me, or do I take out the Rus player back here, who only has me as an opponent? Like, realistically, there's nobody else for him to have as an opponent right now because you've taken out Enatan. So it just makes sense for him to take that out because otherwise he's going to end up fighting on 2 fronts anyway if he picks a fight with Corvinus. But Corvinus, speaking of picking fights, have a look at this. It looks like the town center is going to be going down. Corvinus going to try and find the snipe on that King. You can see it slowly taking a bit of damage. All the Vils stacked there together with the King. He's got 10 more Vils to go through. And there he gets it. Finally, that King going down. Corvinus picks up the kill on Chobo. Next up, let's have a look over on that west side. King still inside the main town center. It has just been a bloodbath this game. We're at 17 minutes in, and there has been 4 people already taken out. A 5th one about to go. A 6th one probably going to be going soon. Maybe a 7th one, the rate this is going. Meanwhile, let's check in and see how Corvinus is doing. Keep in mind, Corvinus has got a pretty good food economy. He's got a lot of fishing boats out here, but the Malians have been chilling for quite some time. He's got 3 pit mines. 1, 2, 3. He's got the big cow landmark as well. He's in a good spot. Mansa Quarry also pumping that passive gold. So he's got an he is online right now. He is officially online. Let's take a look back over on that west side. Mounted Samurai slowly taking down that town center. You can see that he's struggling to get the TC repaired as the Mounted Samurai say, oh, okay, yeah, sure, we'll deal with that. Look how many there are as well, 32. I include the Benaman in that number. How's he doing back in the base? You can see just rallying. Oh my lord, look at this. 1 Yorishiro in the stable, 2 Yorishiros in the stable, 3 Yorishiros in the stable. This guy is absolutely mad right now. He is going all in on Mounted Samurai, and I love this. I think this is such a smart move. This is exactly how you answer that question as the King goes down. You got to answer that question. How am I going to spend all this food that I'm getting from water? I don't really want to be aging up. I don't want to be making Vils with it. I want to be making units. What's the best unit to make? Mounted Samurai are incredible, and they've definitely demonstrated why they are the #1 unit at the moment. But have a look at this. Our Chinese friend currently on the Malians pushing inside the base of Corvinus 1. The Keep manages to get online, but loses a lot of villagers for it. Core, he's nowhere to be seen at this moment. He's just kind of chilling out, I guess. Meanwhile, Keep is going to provide that nice little defense, but have a look at this. The Sofa Warriors have got plenty of armor on them. He's still got, I think he's got the imported armor already. Yeah, he definitely has the imported armor, so he needs to get the +1 and +2 melee armor, fighting up against the inevitable Mounted Samurai. Crossbows cleaned up, and geez, I tell you what, Corvinus got caught off guard quickly there. You know, he went from being able to take this position, denying the King kill from our Chinese friend, And within the space of a minute or two, he was overrun completely by the Sofa Warriors. Battering rams now in here as well. King still in that town center. Looking to try and keep himself alive. He could look to go to a transport ship, but it's just not going to happen. Look at the number of samurais that are in here. How many samurai? 46 samurai we're up to right now. He's going to look to run in. Let's check the stat difference between these two. 6 armor versus 5 armor. 20 attack versus 31 attack. You got 31 attack on these mounted samurai. An extra 35 health as well. That is incredible. That is crazy how good these units are. I guess because he's got Tatara, doesn't he? And then he's got all the other line upgrades coming through on the blacksmith. Yeah, he's got +3 coming through from his blacksmith ups, and then he's got +4 coming in from the Uma Bannerman. So looking to try and chase a couple of these veteran Sofa around the outside. Looks like the Sofa not going to have too much success, and all of the buildings get deleted. What is the go here for Corvinus? Is he trying to make an escape? Or is he just trying to clean up the he's trying to clean up the passageway here? 51 mounted, oh my god, 51 mounted samurai. Keep in mind, have a look at this. This is just 34 fishing boats, and those are the ones that we can see. 38 fishing boats. He's double upgraded on this, by the way. He's fully upgraded on water. 38 fishing boats. Incredible stuff. Wallalol comes in. He's just looking to distract and attract right now. All veteran Sofas to the middle of the map, please. I mean, at this stage, right, our Chinese friend, I don't even know how you play from this position, because he didn't end up getting this kill here, right? And we already know how many kills has Core got. He's got 1 kill, 2, 3, and this could be the 4th kill. So how do you fight against an enemy who's got double your population, at least your theoretical maximum population? How do you fight against that? Well, you got... I don't know. I don't know. You got to definitely trade out a lot with him, but when the economy difference is this big, how do you even justify it? It's just, I don't see it happening. Slowly, the mounted samurai working down the town center here. He's going to be able to chase away some of these Sofas as well. And you can see that it's Sofa Warrior up against mounted samurai. No signs of Donzos coming through just yet, but the upgrades are on the way. There's the king going down. We didn't miss it, don't worry. I definitely didn't miss that king snipe, or that king takeout. He spots the last king. You can see he's looking on the minimap right now. Let's ride along with our Chinese friend. Let's see how he's doing on the defensive here as he brings the Sofa. Oh gosh, he's got 11 military units. No walls up. No keep. King is in the town. This is going to be a quick one. Ladies and gentlemen, we might have a... Is this the fastest domination mode? Is that what you'd call it? Domination mode? Like, it's kind of domination, right? In Civ, that's what you'd call it. You'd be like, it's a domination. You know, the enemy has captured all the capitals. But at this point, like, Core has just literally cleared out half the lobby. Like, I'm not even joking. He's killed 4 people. And he's a 5th person. It's 75% of the lobby is going to be Core or killed by Core. That's what's going to happen right here. We can't even call it any other way. This is just it. This is the bottom line. Ladies and gentlemen, Core now moving in towards the enemy base. What a quick FFA that was. That was an incredible one. I tell you what, the meta is really starting to shift into a more aggressive aspect. That is for sure. You know, often you used to see players sit back a little bit, but now we're really seeing aggression come out quite a lot in the mid game. You know, no longer are we having these hour-long, 2-hour-long games. And ladies and gentlemen, the king is on the ground, and that is it. Core comes out victorious. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute pleasure to cast this War of Lords game. I'm looking forward to more FFA, and I hope you are as well, because there's going to be plenty more where that came from. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.